Now, most guys out there would agree that confidence is a feeling. I mean, who doesn't want to feel confident, right? Well, the problem with this line of thinking, and it's backed up by tons of research, is that it's wrong. You see, confidence isn't really a feeling, it's an action. It's a state of mind that a person earns. So to start things off, let's address the real problem. Your lack of confidence, it's not weakness, it's broken self-trust. Because every time you've said, I'll do it later, I'll get to it Monday, I'll get started on it tomorrow, and you don't do it, well, your brain, it's paying attention. And what is it learning? I can't trust this guy. And when your own brain is conditioned to not trust you, well, it pulls the emergency brake on ambition. And that manifests itself as procrastination, distraction, and avoidance. And again, this isn't because you're weak or broken. Your brain is just trying to protect you from disappointment. So step number one to building confidence is to define it as self-efficacy. Now, self-efficacy is just a fancy word used by psychologists, and it means, do I believe I can handle this task? You see, confidence is nothing more than your brain trusting that you can follow through. What's interesting about this definition is it's not general. You're not confident about all things. You're confident about specific tasks. So a man can be confident giving a presentation, but he may not be confident in the gym. You can be confident, have strong self-efficacy making money, but not necessarily talking to the ladies. And this detail that confidence is specific, very important to understand that confidence is built from evidence. Examples from the past, oftentimes tiny, that feed your brain proof that it can trust you in this area. Now, the next step to building confidence is to be specific. You want to pick one area where you want to get better. Nutrition, fitness, relationships, wealth building, getting rid of bad habits, starting good habits, building up your skill set at work. The key here is to pick one, not try to address everything at once. Because trying to do everything creates overwhelm. Overwhelm leads to delay, and delay kills your confidence. Now, of course, here at Real Men, Real Style, we're a style and self-improvement channel. And so I love to see guys get a quick win when it comes to improving their image, because you can do that seriously in a single afternoon. But that doesn't mean you can't get huge wins elsewhere. And in fact, as many of you guys know, with exercise, the feeling you get after that nice 2-mile walk, that short 30-minute lift or 20 minutes on the rowing machine, gents, all of those are wins. All of them count. Now, the next step is to make an easy promise that you can keep. By this, I mean, if you haven't been going to the gym, you don't want to plan a full 2-hour workout that hits every muscle, is going to require you to take time off of work, and is going to leave you feeling sore for the next 2 weeks. No. Instead, just sign up to go to the gym and have an appointment with somebody that can show you around. In fact, there's nothing wrong with letting it be known, hey, I don't have time for a workout. I simply want to understand your equipment. What are the rules? Show me around. I've got 10 minutes. The win here is you showed up to the gym. You set the bar low. And what registers in your brain when you do this isn't that it was easy. It's simply that you followed through with your word. And so then the day after that, when you make a commitment to just simply show up to the gym in your workout clothes and simply to walk through some of the motions, again, you're making a promise that's easy to fulfill, but you're getting in the reps, and through your action, you're showing that you are a dependable person. You are a man of your word. And if that sounds like too much hassle, set the bar even lower. Commit to one push-up, which you could do before this video ends. But the thing is, when you go down to do one push-up, you may try to do a few more. Now, speaking of confidence, gents, today's video is sponsored by Rougiette Ready. Rougiette Ready is a 3-in-1 ED treatment that works in as little as 15 minutes and stays active for up to 36 hours. It combines the active ingredients in both ED meds plus apomorphine, which helps prime your brain for arousal. So you're getting both the physical blood flow and the mental boost. And here's the thing, gents, it's sublingual. So it dissolves under the tongue and hits your system faster than traditional pills. Now, getting started with Rougiette Ready is simple. A licensed doctor reviews it within 24 to 48 hours, and if prescribed, it ships to your door in discreet packaging. Plus, you get unlimited follow-ups with your doctor to dial in what works for you. So guys, head over to Rougiette.com/RMRS to get started. That's Rougiette, RUGIET.com/RMRS. And gents, when you use this link, you get 15% off your order. Rougiette prescriptions are compounded medications available only if prescribed after an online consultation with a licensed clinician. Compounded drugs can be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and have not been reviewed by the FDA for safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing. Individual results may vary. Full safety information is available at Rougiette.com. Step number 4, your feelings. Schedule it and then do it. So if you're relying on feeling like writing that book, you are never going to write that book. Now, if you want to get things done, we remove feelings, which really have nothing to do with accomplishing our goals. In fact, we remove the process of making a decision at all, and we pre-decide. Now, I know for me personally, when I put things in my calendar, I am much more likely to do them. Another way to pre-decide and create a bit of accountability is to have somebody that you're going to be doing this with. So if you want to improve your image, you set up an appointment at the men's clothing store. I mean, sure, you could flake on the guy, but you're less likely to, because if you are watching this video, you try to be a man of your word, right? I know for me, the most effective workouts are when I have a workout buddy, I have someone I'm meeting up with, and getting back to writing that book. Maybe you've got a place, you've got a particular area where you put yourself for an hour, maybe to 90 minutes, and you just focus in on the task at hand. I know for me, what's worked in the past is just simply letting my wife know I'm going to Starbucks, I'm going to be working there, and I don't take my charger. My battery is going to last about 120 minutes, and so in a way, there's a timer that's going while I'm working, and I commit to picking up one of my daughters after school. There's no negotiation, no debate. I've set up a set time in which I have to get this done. And amazingly, when feelings and decision go out the window and you're put on a time limit, boom, it's amazing what you can accomplish. And I want to double down on this because I know it's important. A lot of us, I get it, we just don't feel like doing it. In fact, you could argue in many situations, it's hard to control your emotions. But here's the thing, and we can take this from the school of Stoicism. Yes, there are things out of your control, but what is in your control? And that's where you want to focus. And for the majority of us, it is action. It's showing up to the gym, even if you're tired. It's making that sales call, even if you feel a bit nervous. It's stepping up and leading, even if you're a bit frightened. Because you may not be able to control the weather, but you can control how you act in it. Now, what you want to do is slow things down. If you don't meditate, go out for a walk, especially in nature or just simply out of the environment that you were in. Because I find for me, and the research backs this up, when you breathe with deep, clear breaths, when you relax your body, especially through movement, your mind clears, your mind becomes calm, and all of a sudden your brain reminds itself, hey, we've been here before. We can handle this. The next step to building your confidence is to engineer your environment. Now, people here, I was in the United States Marine Corps, they think, oh, you must be a super disciplined person. Confidence must be easy for you. Well, the truth is, when I joined the Marine Corps, I didn't have much confidence. And it was my belief that if I went through this warrior training like my brother and dad had before me, well, somehow being able to fight and defend myself would equal true confidence. Well, it actually didn't go that way, because what's interesting is there's not a whole lot of hand-to-hand combat in the Marine Corps. Yes, you do learn how to use weapons and all this other stuff, but the majority of your time, especially as an officer, is spent actually learning how to lead and then commanding and leading others and learning from your peers, from your staff NCOs, and the officers you serve under. And what I noticed about the Marine Corps when it comes to leadership is that the whole system is engineered to encourage that particular skill development. From the schools that we go to the books that we're required to read, to the time that we spend developing those that serve under us, and the mentorship provided from those we served under. And despite not being the most confident person, because I was put into this environment, I found that my leadership skills shot up. And in my narrow MOS within an infantry battalion, my confidence was built because I put in the hours, I went through the pain, I learned my job, and could execute on it to a high degree of professionalism. Now, how does this apply to you? Well, don't depend on willpower. No, set things up, create systems that on the mornings you don't feel good, you're going to default to so that you still show up. Example, laying out your clothes the night before. I talk about the importance of an interchangeable wardrobe, having easy access to clothing that simply fits and makes you look good, because when it's laid out there, it's easy to grab. You are more likely to dress sharp than you are to dress casual if that clothing is set in the back of the closet. The same thing with your gym clothes. Is everything packed neatly in your bag, not laying all over the place? Because when you wake up late, it's easier to grab a bag that's already packed than to try to find the things to throw into it. You keep your phone in your room. The majority of us do. So instead, buy an alarm clock so you can't use the excuse of the alarm, and move your charger downstairs. In my house, we even upped the ante. We've got one large charging station down in the kitchen, and everyone can see at night, definitely first thing in the morning, who had their phone downstairs and who had it up in their room. The point being is when you fix your environment, behavior follows. So gents, if you're enjoying this video, if you're getting value here, let me tell you that if you just take action on a couple of these steps, you are going to see improvements. But if you've gone through like, Antonio, I love all of these and you want more, I've got 3 additional steps I will link to down in the description. I send you over to Real Men, Real Style. It's my website I've had up for over a decade. Tons of useful information over there, but I'm going to have a simple PDF which you can download, and it summarizes everything we just talked about, plus 3 additional steps that you can execute on if you want to become the man you know yourself to be. So again, I'm putting that link down there in the description. But if you're like, Antonio, I'm good, I just want to keep watching here at Real Men, Real Style, well, of course, we got you covered with another solid video. Boom, right here. Click. Oh yeah, go check it out. You guys know I take care of you, and yeah, hopefully you are doing well. I appreciate you, and oh yeah, boom, right there.